If you're here, it's probably because you're staring at a blank page, you just feel stuck, maybe you're frustrated and you don't quite know what to do next. If that's the case, I am sorry that the words are being stubborn today. I'm Rachel, I am a retired editor-in-chief, and I'm here today to help you move past that writer's block. We are going to do that with music, with art, and then we're going to do a fun journaling activity. Let's jump right in and get started, because once we move through this process, then you'll have the tools you need to jump back into your writing process so you can move past the writer's block and start making the blank page beautiful. Let's start with some music. Today I'm going to be using a drum. Feel free to pick up any instrument you have, or you can make your own instrument. You can use pens, you can use anything you have laying around the house. Let's just pick something up and make some noise. The purpose of this musical transition is to just transition from that stage of feeling blocked I want you to take a moment and think about when you feel that writer's block, where is it in your body? Is it in your shoulders? Do they get tight? Is it in your chest? Is it in your stomach area? See if you can just kind of feel it, and then take a deep breath. And just let it out. Now you may wonder, what does music and kids' instruments have to do with overcoming writer's block? And the truth is, there's a lot of psychology behind it. Music is actually a really good way to get your nervous system reset, especially music that has a rhythm to it, or something where you can feel a vibration. And if it feels silly or it makes you smile, that's even better, because we're taking the focus off that block and we're turning to something else. We're turning it into something that's more playful, more fun. I'd sure rather be doing this than wasting my time staring at a blank computer screen. Now you can do this for as little or as long as you'd like. You can feel free to skip ahead to the next portion of this video, or you can stop this and you can play your music a little bit longer. All the timing in this video is really up to you. I want this to be low pressure, low entry for you. We're going to move along, and I really want you to choose to do things at whatever pace feels comfortable to you. This video is about helping you reset your creative energy today. Take another deep breath. Just let that feeling in your body, whatever negative energy is there, just let it go. Now we're going to move on to a really easy, simple, gentle warm-up. And I call this a writing adjacent warm-up. We're not going to start with any words yet. We're just going to start with a piece of paper. You can just start with a piece of simple scrap paper. If you have any old mail laying around, or an envelope, or even just plain piece of computer paper, ahead and just grab that. And then if you just want to grab some markers or some colored pencils, some chalk or something like that, that's a great tool to grab next. Whatever would work for you. And we're just going to take that and we're just going to, today, we're going to just draw some simple shapes. So today we're going to just start with a simple square shape. And these don't have to be perfect. They could be squares, they could be rectangles, they could connect, they could be big, they could be small. They can be whatever you would like them to be. These are your squares. These are squares that you're putting on the blank page. See what's happening? You're already making the blank page beautiful. This is a good way also that you are connecting your hand to your mind. And just by doing this simple, easy warm-up, where there's no right or wrong, and there's nothing writing on this. You can't get this wrong. You are actually preparing your brain to get ready to move back into your writing project, whatever it was. And if you want to use other colors, you can do that too. As I said, this is your project, and so it's completely up to you. You can do squares on top of squares. You can do a line of squares. You can do whatever feels right to you. I really want you to find what feels good. So here's my squares. So on the next piece, let's choose another shape. In the comments, throw me a shape. What shape do we have? Triangles? Okay, let's do triangles. I'm going to start with my green pen. Start with any color that you would like, and let's do triangles. And again, these triangles can be messy, they can be different sizes, they can be different shapes. We're not making an art project. We are just putting color on paper. And the fun in this is that we can't get it wrong. There's nobody who's grading this. We're gonna let any inner judgment go, because this is just color on paper. This is just us connecting our hand to our mind and just letting our brain know, letting our brain get warmed up for the next activity, which will be our activity with words. I think I'm going to add some color to my triangles now. Like with any activity in this workshop, feel free to stop the video at any time. Feel free to jump ahead at any time. Do what works best for you. I really want you to find what feels good. I'm going to add some pink triangles. There you go. So today I'm excited to teach you something brand new that I am just in the process of developing, and that is the CYT story development technique. So sometimes you are given an assignment, or maybe you're just working with yourself because you want to write a short story, but you're not exactly sure yet what your idea is or what you want to write. So you go to the internet or you come to a workshop like this one, or maybe you're in a classroom and your teacher gives you a prompt or you pull a prompt card. Now, you have that prompt, but what do you do with it? And so that's what we're going to do in today's workshop. So here we go. Today's prompt is going to be a ladybug. Now, we have a ladybug pin, and we are going to turn this ladybug pin into 4 different story ideas. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. So first you're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to draw 4 circles on the outside and 1 circle on the inside. And in each circle, you're going to put the letters CWT, just like I have in this one. And in the middle circle, you're going to write ladybug, because all of these are going to connect to your prompt, which is the ladybug. So go ahead and take a moment and get your paper set up. You can pause for a moment if you need to do so. Now, as you're getting your paper set up, I am going to talk you through the CWT. So the C stands for the character. So we're going to give the character in your ladybug story a name, and we're going to give them a job. So for example, let's say in the first story, we say that the character in the ladybug story, in the first ladybug story, is a woman who collects vintage jewelry, and her name is Clara, and we're going to call her Clara, the ladybug pin collector. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that one down. So we're going to call her Clara the collector. The next we have the W. So the W is, what does the character want? So what Clara wants is, she's been looking for this one very exclusive ladybug pin. She's looked everywhere for it. She finally sees it on auction. She's in a bidding war for it, and she's about to win. And she finally wins it. So what Clara wants is, she wants to win. We're going to put this for what does she want. She wants to win the pin. And then you have the T. So the T is for the tilt. Now the T is going to be, what's going to happen that's going to tilt the story? What's going to happen that's going to keep the character from getting what they wanted, or going to somehow interrupt that thing that they wanted from actually transpiring? So in this case, we could say that Clara wins the auction, but when she gets the ladybug pin, she notices that it's not the version that she wanted, and every time she touches it, she hears a faint buzzing coming out of it. So that would definitely be a tilt. Now, some people would say at this point, you could also add the last part of the story. So the last part of the story is going to be the O, and I call the O the overcome. But I'm going to say, don't add that yet. Let that come to you as you're writing the story. So I say, leave that open. Let your brain work that out as you're writing the story. So here's what my paper looks like now. We have character. Our character is Clara the collector. What does she want? She wants to win the pin. What is the tilt? Well, she gets the pin and it's not exactly what she expected. How is she going to overcome it? Well, we're going to let our brain figure that out as you write the story. So that's one idea. What's the second one? Well, let's work through that together. Now, if we were in a classroom doing this, I would be asking you to throw your ideas into the mix, and we would be working on this back and forth. So if you ever want to do a one-on-one session with me, that's what it would be like. But for now, let's pick up our pen and let's think of another character. So let's say our next character, let's say it's someone and they love walking through the woods. So let's say this is Chad, and he is a hiker, and he is walking through the woods. And what does Chad want? Well, Chad has had a busy week, and he just wants a moment of peace. His moment of peace is interrupted when he trips over a tree root after he notices a person dressed in a furry ladybug costume. Dot, dot, dot. So there we have a second story idea. Let's do a third one. For our next one, let's say that we have Cindy. And Cindy works at the Ladybug Bar. And she wants to earn enough tips so that she can go on vacation and have plenty of money to do whatever she wants. And the tilt in her case is that she thinks she's going to have to stay and work overtime every night. But then one night, a man dressed in black and red comes in and gives her $1,000 tip. Dot, dot, dot. And let's do one more. Let's say that we have Charles, and Charles is looking, we need to give him a job. Charles works at the Science Museum. And he is a tour guide through the entomology, is that the right word? Section. He wants to finish his last tour of the day, which is for a group of 4th graders. So I think you can just finish the tour without any problems and without too many questions. And everything is just about finished when one of the very curious young boys happens to fall into the ladybug exhibit, knocking over the glass, which shatters and somehow frees all the insects who suddenly come to life. So there you go. There's how you can generate some different story ideas from one prompt using the CWT technique, and then let your brain run with the stories. You can feel free to take any of these prompts and turn them into your own story. I would love for you to do so. If you do so, please let me know. That would be fun to find out. If you've been struggling with writer's block and you're looking for ways to get around it, I hope that you will embrace the idea that we can get together, we can generate some positive energy. I hope this positive energy ripples through the rest of your day. I hope you'll keep holding some blank space for creative ideas. Sometimes they'll come to you when you least expect it. Pick up those markers, and when you have a chance, let's make that blank page beautiful.